Hey everyone, so I wasn't expecting to make a college video during the summer, but here we are. If anything, this is probably a good thing for me because my college videos get more views anyway, so that's great, I guess. So I'm guessing you read the title by now, and yeah, it's true. My college kicked me out of my on-campus apartment that I was supposed to live in this coming semester. They did this with little to no warning, and now I literally have no idea what I'm supposed to do. So in today's video, I just kind of wanted to vent for a little bit, so just enjoy me yelling at a camera for 10 minutes about how frustrated I am right now. So for those of you who don't know, the school I go to pretty much requires that you live on campus for your first 2 years. After that, a lot of students typically move off campus, whether it be an apartment nearby or something like that. I was actually planning on living in an off-campus apartment with a few of my friends, but unfortunately, those plans fell through and didn't end up working out. But luckily, around the same time, once I figured out those plans weren't going to work, my school sent us an email saying that they were guaranteeing on-campus housing for all upperclassmen. So I was thinking, I was like, okay, well, I wasn't able to live on an apartment off campus with my friends, so why don't I just live on campus? Considering that my school is literally guaranteeing that upperclassmen will get a spot on campus. So I was like, okay, I didn't really want to live on campus, but this is my only option, so let's just do it. So I signed the housing contract, I put the deposit in, I didn't really think much of this whole thing, and I thought everything was great. Sure, I'd be living in a smaller area than I probably would have gotten off campus, but at the end of the day, I still have a place to live. Everything is great, right? Wrong. It's not great. And then this whole pandemic thing started to happen. I don't know if you've heard about it, this whole coronavirus thing. I would assume you know about this by now. So during this whole pandemic thing, I wasn't really thinking about my on-campus housing for next semester because, quite frankly, I have a lot more other stuff to worry about. Like, we're literally in the middle of a pandemic. I got other things on my mind right now. Well, about a week or so ago, I got an email from my school. And in this email, the school was saying that they were considering having students live by themselves. And what I mean by this is that I was supposed to live in a double. But because of the whole coronavirus thing, only one person would be allowed to live in that double. Because I guess they don't want us like infecting other people who we live with or whatever. And in the email, they were asking people to voluntarily drop out. So if you were a student who could commute or were able to get an apartment elsewhere, they were pretty much saying, hey, we really need you to leave so we can fit everyone. And when I saw that email, I wasn't really that worried. And I was thinking, well, I'm an out-of-state student who lives 10 hours away by car, and I already signed this contract and I'm locked into this contract. There's no way they're gonna just release me from the contract and make me find another place with just a couple months left before school. There's no way they're gonna do that. Well, unfortunately, I was wrong, and they did do that, because yesterday I got an email from my school saying that all upperclassmen were released from their housing, which is just awesome. Really cool stuff. But don't worry, guys, they were so kind enough to give us our money back, so that's cool, I guess. But the reason they are doing this is so they can house all the freshmen. And I understand this, like, I get it. Freshmen need to live on campus. They're still trying to get used to things. I understand prioritizing the freshmen. So what I assume they're gonna do is that they're gonna take the freshmen and move them into where I was supposed to live, which is pretty sad, but I get it. Now, the next thing I'm about to say, I just want to make it clear, I'm not a medical expert, so please take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. But here is what I have trouble understanding. My school has mentioned that they are gonna probably do a mix of online and in-person classes. And if you're going to have us go to in-person classes, we are going to be going to spaces where we are going to be in close proximity with people. And if we're going to be in close proximity with people and we're going to be out and about going to classes and through the student center and stuff like that, we're going to be in contact with people. That's just how that stuff works. So how come that's okay, but the moment we live with someone else where we're also in proximity with them, that's not okay. And in my opinion, if you're even gonna make us do stuff like that, why even make us go to campus in the first place? Because by being on campus, we are going to be exposed to a lot of people. Now, don't get me wrong, I wanna be on campus as much as the next guy. I just don't really know what making us live by ourselves is going to do if we're still going to be out and about and seeing people in the first place. Now, as I said, they pretty much released me from my housing contract, which means that they want me to go find another place to live. Well, here's the thing. A lot of people, when they live off campus, they typically live in apartments with roommates. So what it seems to me personally, it seems like, okay, well, we don't want to be responsible for people spreading it, but the moment you go off campus and live with people, that's okay. Now, the email did say that they will give us resources on like finding another place. They said that they might even like have hotels for us to stay in, or that they might even let us stay in certain houses that are run by the university. But the problem with that is that it's unclear and the details are vague. Because you have to understand things from my perspective. I was given an email saying, hey, you're kicked out of where you're living, and then I'm thinking, okay, well, what are my next steps? What am I supposed to do? But they don't give you anything. They hint at things, but there's nothing concrete there for you to do. So now I'm in a position, I'm like, okay, well, should I go look for an apartment, or should I wait for these resources to come out? And I don't know when these resources are going to come out. And the way this works is that the more I wait, doesn't that like screw me over more? Because the more I wait, you know, the more things are going to be taken up, and I just don't really know what to do. If I'm being honest, I kind of feel helpless here. Like, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do in this situation. And I want to make it clear that I'm not trying to bash my school. I will admit this is a very unique circumstance, and I'm sure they never expected that they would ever find themselves making these kinds of decisions. So I will give them the benefit of the doubt here, and I understand that they're just taking things really seriously and they want to be really cautious, and I understand where they're coming from. But at the same time, I feel like I have every right to be frustrated considering all the money that was put in order for me to go to this school. Because if you didn't know, college isn't the cheapest thing in the world. So in my opinion, when you're paying all this money to a school, you don't really expect to just suddenly be dropped from your housing contract. I don't know. That's just me. And I'm sure a lot of you are asking right now, Eric, can they even do that? And the answer to that is, yeah, I think so. What I'm thinking is that this is probably one of those terms and condition kind of things. Like, you know, when you're signing up for like a website, like you're signing up for your Club Penguin account or whatever, and like you have all these rules and you don't want to read through all the rules, so you just click like the terms and conditions thing. I would assume that it mentioned somewhere in the contract that I signed that they could drop me at any time. So I'll give them that. But at the same time, when I'm signing this contract, I'm not thinking in the back of my head, okay, I'm signing this, and I know that at any time I can be dropped. Like, that's not something I'm thinking about. So I don't know if this is unique to my school or if other schools are gonna follow in their footsteps. I really don't know. So what I will say is I applaud them for being concerned. I appreciate them trying to take things really seriously and play it safe. I really do. But at the same time, I'm frustrated with the vagueness and the uncertainty of everything. And I don't really know what phase Illinois is in right now because I don't really pay attention to what's going on over there. But there is a chance that we might not even be on campus this semester. Now, obviously, situations like this really suck because now I'm kind of put in a situation where I don't know if I should try to find an apartment. I don't know if I should wait it out. I really don't know what I'm supposed to do. Honestly, at this point, I would be content with just sleeping on someone's floor. Like, that's how desperate I am at this point. So if anyone's renting out like maybe 6 feet of space for me to like lie down every night on like a wood floor or something, that would be really appreciated. I mean, I'm like 5'9", so I think that's enough space for me to just sleep. But that's literally how desperate I've gotten at this point because I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I just don't. And also, I think it's important to remind myself that things will work out. I mean, everything will be all right in the end. I've said that before. And I really do believe that. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. This was mainly just me venting. I didn't even know if I was going to make this video, but I put a poll up on Instagram. By the way, follow me on Instagram. But I put a poll up on Instagram asking if people wanted to see this. And the overwhelming majority of you said yes. Like 70 people voted yes. So yeah, I really appreciate you watching today's video. Make sure to leave a comment letting me know what you thought. Also, if you're in college, let me know what your school is doing because I don't really know what's going on with my school. So maybe you do or you don't. Just feel free to let me know down below. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you have not already. But thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. And hopefully my next video, I won't be angry and it'll be a funny comedy video. Okay, I'll see you guys later.
Eric Morin fans the golden chart, we going up. How many subscribers, but enough, never enough. We can show you how to stunt, climb the ladder, so my vision to the heaven up above. Let me show you how to stack when, I'm talking way back when. Flip the script and take the hate with a grain of sand.